Alright, so this might be a joke, but Simon Bennett said on Twitter today, or X or whatever you called it, that Victor and Monty could be returning to the franchise. I don't know what to think of this, if this is really going to happen, if he's just trolling the fans, but let's talk about it, break it down, hit that intro, Rangers.
You are watching the fan club.
You're watching the fan club.
And you're watching the fan club. Do you know what time it is?
And you know what time it is.
It's time for the fan club. Let's go. Hey!
I can't do this on my own, cause you know things ain't always sweet when you out here in these streets. But my morpher, when it morphed, I made a fake one.
This is most likely a troll job, but the showrunner of Power Rangers, Simon Bennett, put up on his Twitter this little picture right here, and he had this to say. He said, Victor and Monty were the best, looking forward to their return to the franchise. And then it was a reaction to a picture that said what tokusatsu opinions would have people coming at you. And in the picture you saw Patrick Star tied down. And he said that Victor and Monty were actually enjoyable and that he wants to see them back, or he can't wait to see them in the franchise. So first of all, the first thing I thought was this is just a joke. This is funny, and it got me really thinking about those characters and why people don't really like Victor and Monty. So even though do I believe they're making an appearance and coming back, not really. I thought this would be an episode and show on why these characters didn't succeed and why they needed to change some things up. Now, we've heard from Simon Bennett in the past say that Cosmic Fury is going to have a little bit of a different format. There's going to be a less filler, no lessons of the day. There's also going to be no forced duo comedy scenes. Now, I've had someone ask me before, like, what do I have against comedy? I don't have anything against comedy. I just like natural comedy a little bit more. It always seemed forced. Like once you saw a Ben and Betty or a Victor and Monty appear, you knew there was going to be something ridiculous happening. And in Ninja Steel, Victor and Monty, who weren't even horrible characters, were way too predictable, and they had them doing way too many of the same things. Like there were multiple times I want to say 5 to 10 times they ended up with trash on them. There were constant fart jokes and weird things going on. It was the same old with these characters, and they weren't written very well. That's why the fan base almost hated Victor and Monty, not because of the actors, but because the way the writing is and the way that they just felt forced onto the show. Now, tell you the truth, I would love to see these two characters come back for a redemption arc with the actual good storytelling and lineup, and just everything that they have going now would be way better for Victor and Monty, even Jane and Jayborg, even though for the first, 2 seasons of Dino Fury, there were some forced comedy duo scenes. However, they were a part of the crew. They helped out Buzz Blast. They had a purpose. Similar to Ben and Betty, at least they helped out at Grid Battle Force. Yes, were they over the top sometimes, and when they walked in, something ridiculous was going to happen? Yes. But at the same time, they had a purpose within the show. Victor and Monty just went to school with them, and it didn't really feel like they had a purpose. Now, Victor and Monty actually could have been really cool characters, and I thought that they had a lot of potential, and I thought that the actors that played the characters did a really good job. I think sometimes people see these characters and they hate on them, but they don't realize that there were a lot of different things at play, and there was a lot of weird comedy that people didn't really love. They were just getting paid to do the job and to read the lines. They weren't making up the lines. So even though I think Simon Bennett was just pulling our leg on this, Victor and Monty aren't coming back, I love that we got to talk about these characters and why people don't like them, but they are a good example on why we needed to change up the format with Cosmic Fury. You could argue that Victor and Monty were needed so we could see the error in our ways. I think that they were so disconnected from the show, but also so wacky that most people that watched the show were like, nah, this isn't it. And because of that, they voiced their displeasure, and I think right away that made them change Ben and Betty. At least they were a nucleus part of the Grid Battle Force gang and Power Rangers Beast Morphers. They actually assisted the Rangers from time to time. Victor and Monty seemed forced, and then now here we are a few years later, and they're getting rid of the forced comedy scenes. We might still see Jane and Jayborg. They might make an appearance, but maybe they might contribute to the group some more. And the one thing I did like about Jane and Jayborg was they contributed with Buzz Blast. Yes, they didn't necessarily work with the Rangers all of the time, but they were at least reporting on it. Kind of like some Clark Kent, Lois Lane. They're still in the action in some way. We were doing the same thing under the Saban era for so long, especially under that Neo Saban era. It just seemed like we were regurgitating everything that worked in the 90s. And certain things, well, most things that work in the 90s don't work now. You know what I mean? Go try to put a PS5 in a PlayStation 1. Go try to play a new PC game on Windows 98, right? Like, it doesn't work like that anymore. Everything has shifted and changed, and so does the production side of Power Rangers. We're excited about the future, but next week we actually get Cosmic Fury. It is going to be an amazing time. I'm so excited. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I gotta shout out all of the fans out there that take the time out of their day to watch this content. You are the real MVPs and the reason why we can continue to make videos like this one. Shout out, y'all, and we will see you next time. Peace.
I want to give a special shout out to the Gold Ranger members: Anime King Nick, Chaos Draco, The Arctic Operator, Dig Wyron, Tim Rage, Roderick Hare, Miguel Ortiz, Let's Talk Sports, Papillon Oger, Roderick Ham, Jason Morazes, Willie Maloney, Louis Cairns, Solima Ramirez, Danny Nascimento, Skird, Stephen Heffelman, Thomas Franco, Savage Sal, Tim Brown, Sean Schiffer, The Cosmic Nerd 24, Bruce Walters, and Austin White. Thank you guys so much for your support, and if you want a video shout out like this one, sign up to be a Gold Ranger member today. Thanks for watching this video. If you like this content, you know what to do. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell. You can also become a member. Please join the fan club support team right now. We have a Blue Ranger power-up and a Gold Ranger power-up. This is an awesome way to talk with the fans. Join a fan club official chat group. You can also be featured in our videos. At the end of the videos, I will shout you out. That's if you get the Gold Ranger Power-Up membership. Go check it out. Go support the fan club. We love you guys, and thanks for watching. Peace.
Hi, we're Bulk and Skull. We have been requested by the fan club to say something funny.